That's a good story.
It's a good story.
Yes. Yes.
You know, all I could say is I did read some of that. That's the beginning of that script. And you saw Star Wars in that script. Was there a lot of flaws at the beginning? Yes. Okay. There were some flaws, but you felt he took pride in what he was doing with those characters. So I have to give him that. You know, I have to give him that.
You know, he was excited just to be able to pitch the story to Luke Skywalker. You know, he referred to Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker, and is happy just to be able to pitch a story to him. So, you know, that tells you his at least his devotion in wanting to honor, you know, the nature.
He was a fan. He was a fan that wanted to make.
Isn't that crazy?
Holy shit!
Yeah,
I know
it's
it's crazy
fired for being a fan. You know, the big scuttlebutt that I hear is that Luke Skywalker wasn't very popular with a lot of the writing group. Now, obviously, they have an agenda and they want to promote females ahead of males. So when he shows up with a pro Luke script, of course he's got to go.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Well, we all know that famous picture, right? In Lucas film, you know, like, I think it's Skywalker Ranch where you see the big X over his face.
Mm-hmm.
Luke's face, you know, the agenda was there.
Yeah.
What?
From the beginning.
I did not see this picture.
You didn't see that picture? Oh, final.
No, dude. When was this? When was this?
Oh, this was a couple years ago.
I actually have a picture.
Why don't I know this?
Go ahead and screen share.
Because the media scrubbed
the
shit out of it. They would not repeat it. They would not show it. It didn't.
They still have a YouTube video that they did when they were trying to promote something, and I don't think they've scrubbed that video yet.
Really?
Share my screen here.
Yeah. It was when Lucasfilm was promoting something, and they had that one woman walking through the writers group.
Yeah, they haven't figured out which cubicle it was in, like whose cubicle it was.
I have the picture. I'll display it here in a minute.
Yeah, I got it. I'm sharing it. If Scott pulls it up.
Steven, your avatar was tripping me out, man. I was thinking, like, who's this hot chick that's streaming with us now?
So this is the X, right? In marker.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it comes from the Star Wars show. They accidentally showed it. Here's where it comes from. You know this show, right?
Yeah.
They always film it. So if you look here, this is it right there, though. You could see the red. See the red X there? The red X there.
Right.
And what is their freaking excuse?
And this is the story group. This is like the Lucasfilm's storyboard group.
Yeah.
They all work out of there. You see I don't see an X over her face there.
No, you don't.
Kind of blue something or other there.
Decoration
though. But yeah, I mean, clearly see the X right there. That was the agenda from the get-go. The downfall.
And looking at it now, I've even heard rumors that Leia was supposed to be.
Enlarge my thumbnail, Spork.
Hold on one second, buddy.
How do I do that? Not the minus. It's the little box within the box.
Gotcha.
It's the box within the box. Hi.
Wrong one. You clicked Stevens.
Yeah, I wanted to just show that one more time.
I'm too sexy for this thumbnail.
There, right there. This was a screen capture from the actual YouTube video that they put out. Wow. And not only was it here, but there's another picture. I couldn't find it again, but something around over in the desk area to the left of this part here, there was another one, supposedly. And they walked right by it. They showed it in their video. It's like, was it a Freudian slip or did they intend to do that on purpose? It's hard to say.
Well, they wanted to downplay Luke's legacy, obviously.
What that is, you know what that is, and you're right, Immortal. They wanted, but they were so, it was so okay where they were to disrespect our characters that they thought nothing of it when they filmed it, because it's just, to them, it's the obvious thing. Luke Skywalker is, you know, it's the man we have to knock down. He's the patriarchy. But when they're filming this, they don't even think twice about it because it's so accepted in that writers group. It was so accepted that they didn't even think twice what wait a minute, maybe we have to hide this, because it became something so normal to them. And that makes me sick.
Now, wasn't it true that Kathleen Kennedy like handpicked who got to be in the story group after the cell?
Yeah, she hired the whole group and hired only women. It was all hand-picked women.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Let the rant, hold on, excuse me. Let the rant begin. Stephen, the author, do you have something to say?
I'm sorry, Final. I want to apologize for walking over.
Go ahead.
I got a little excited. Got a little bit of a chubby, little sci-fi chubby. Yes.
There.
Yes, Immortal Coil. You are absolutely correct. See, Kathleen Kennedy, first person that she hired for her story group. Let me recap this for everybody. Was Carrie Hart, and Carrie Hart was. Let's see. She was quoted as saying, "My first move is to make the story group entirely female, starting with Rain Roberts and Carrie Beck. Sexist hiring practices is apparently a foundational tool at Disney Lucasfilm. Agenda over content, ideology over character development, and socio-political propaganda that rules over all. Rain Roberts' experience was as an assistant to someone on a movie called The Life as We Know It, and as an associate producer in a 2008 documentary called The Fair Trade. Yes, that's it. But because she had a vagina, that was all the experience she needed. Carrie Beck's only experience was as an executive producer in a made-for-TV movie in 2010 called Ghost Aliens. Yes, these are the people being hired to intentionally ruin Star Wars. How can anyone else see it? A myriad of talented, experienced people in the film industry. Some who must have had a love for Star Wars, but no, agenda over content. Diana Williams, her experience was nothing, absolutely nothing. Kennedy could have chosen a street bum at random and garnered the same result. Leland Sheen was a Star Wars tester in 1998, already more qualified than the aforementioned lot. She also worked in Lucasfilm licensing in 2006. That's it. Pablo Hidalgo was an uncredited visual artist on 3 projects in 1999 and 2000. He played an uncredited extra in Revenge of the Sith 2005. Pablo is also known for insulting the traditional Star Wars fandom on Twitter. Matt Martin's experience is fuck all. Steve Blank's is also vacant. Resume is also vacant as well. Should we begin wondering about the top tier management decisions made at Disney Lucasfilm yet? James Wan, no experience. By this point, are we really surprised? Josh Rhimes, hold on to your seat, actually had some experience. He worked as a producer on the BoJack Horseman in the booth at the end in 2010 and 2014, respectively. Also working on The Logger and a production secretary for Curb Your Enthusiasm and a series called The Smiths in 2000s. He also wrote 1 television episode of a show called Stranger Adventures in 2006. Stephen Fetter, again, no XP. He was a level 1 NPC. Cara Pardo, nothing, nada, 0. If you just read through all that and still do not feel at all cheated, you might not be a fan. If the Force's female t-shirts didn't nail home the point that Kennedy had a very direct and open agenda when it came to her plans in the Star Wars franchise, they get ready to feel properly fucked. As Star Wars consumers ignored every warning sign in anticipation of Star Wars Episode 7, a very disturbing statement came out of Lucasfilm. The entire expanded universe had been thrown away. You might not understand what this means had you not been following at least some of the expanded universe, so let me explain. In the time between Return of the Jedi and the Phantom Menace, the Phantom Menace, there was a long cinematic drought. Star Wars fandom had 5 options during this time. Watch the original trilogy over and over. Star Wars conventions and cosplay, toys, collectibles, and perhaps models and prop building, comic books and other Star Wars literature, and video games. The last 2 are very important to understand. These were the means in which new Star Wars stories about our favorite heroes being told. We wanted to read about what happened after the Battle of Endor, the journey of Luke Skywalker as he progressed to become a Jedi Master and the greatest hero in the known galaxy. We were also introduced to new enemies in the literary adaptations and the change from Dark Jedi to Sith Lord. We read about Leia and Han's children, Jason and Jannah, 2 fan favorites within the expanded universe. Other favorites like Mara Jade, Grand Admiral Thrawn, and a slew of others too numerous to name. Let's see. Disney did not want to take credit or pay creators for their contributions. It's really quite greedy and quite simple, actually. Don't be fooled. These talentless hacks were more concerned with pushing a false narrative than crafting anything resembling the entertainment consumers waited nearly half a century to see. They took decades of beloved lore and wiped their collective asses with it. Disney paid them to put it on screens all over the world, just to their new virtue signaling, so they could rub it in our faces on a massive global scale. Perhaps that's why the Chinese were smart enough to shut everything down in just a few weeks. They were even quicker with it about Solo. # Solo lost money. All right, I'm done.
Oh, well, could we first, wow, that was impressive. Second, welcome Gary from Nerdrotic. Hey Gary, what's up, man?
Hail.
What's up, guys?
How's
How you doing?
Gary?
You
How's
done
it going?
What was that?
You done working out?
I'm done working out. I just got home. I got a coffee, got my Pete's coffee, and
Nice.
was about to fire up a video, and I saw that goddamn poster with Luke's face scratched out, and I got triggered so bad. I literally walked in. I had Sporking. I had your voice echoing in my head. I don't give a fuck about Star Wars. I'm so done. I don't care. I don't give a shit. And then I saw that fucking poster, and I got so fucking mad. I'm making another video now, and it's about that poster. And I know a bunch of people have seen it, but a bunch of people haven't seen it. And that says it all right there. I mean, like, that's it.
Yep.
That's it,
Well,
dog.
it's the goddamn
Glad we
truth,
can
man.
trigger you.
I was just as mad in the video I made about it.
Man,
Well, think about this. Think about this.
And
I mean, that it's so obviously right there in the story group's room, you know, and it's caught on their like Star Wars show is just beyond me that got
Well,
out.
again, it's so okay. It's so accepted in that story group. They didn't even think fucking twice that, hey, maybe we should hide the picture of, I don't know, Luke Skywalker crossed out because we disrespect the fucking, you know, the OT, the original, the prequel, everything. They stomped on it. That's why I can't stand fucking Star Wars.
No, they were loud and proud.
I can't stand it.
They were loud and proud about it. They gave not a single fuck. They were just like, yeah, this is what we're doing, and we don't care who hears it. That's why they didn't care about that or getting caught on camera. They wanted you to know, fuck the fans.
Cognitive dissonance is a prerequisite to working for Disney.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, that's Exhibit A for these were not Star Wars fans. They're posers. They came in, they liked the brand. They wanted to ride the brand into success and make it their own, make it something it isn't. Which we've seen with so many franchises now. And you know that girl, the one from the Star Wars show, is the one who famously is drinking the cup with male tears on Instagram or Twitter. I try to throw that in every other one of my videos just to remind everybody that the Star Wars show host likes to drink fanboy tears. So, screw them. Screw Star Wars. I don't freaking care about it anymore. It's dead to me. I don't think I'm even going to cover The Mandalorian because I don't care. It's part of a story that sucks.
Yes, it does. Thank you for saying that.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way they have to. No matter what they do with Mandalorian, as good as it may or may not be, depending on everyone's point of view, they still have to eventually deal with the First Order, and they have to work within the confines of what they freaking set up with the sequel trilogy. So as good as it can be, it's still eventually we know where it's leading. All roads lead to crap.
That's why I don't see a Luke Skywalker show, because I know where he's going to end up. Like, it doesn't matter what they tried to retcon in 9. I did not get my living Luke Skywalker. I didn't get my Grandmaster Luke Skywalker moments. I didn't get the hero. I didn't get the original. And there's no way they can fix that. There's no fixing it at this point. No. I'm going to forever be pissed off at them for that.
Did you guys see? Did you hear this news? I just did a video on today. Now that they're saying that Starkiller Base was created by Palpatine a year after Revenge of the Sith happens. He started creating Starkiller Base. So
what?
The whole Death Star stuff going on.
That was in my Google notices
at the same freaking time. It was Palpatine. It was the Empire, not the First Order. I was like,
he has little Snokes in a jar. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Well, we saw that.
He stopped growing fucks and started growing Snokes.
Yeah.
They're just trying to
that
everything in a nice little package, and it's it's a bunch of sharp edges. They're just sticking out in all directions.
Yeah,
what do you have to say, Bear?
That image is in the Fourth Wave Council chat, and I DM'd it to you, Gary.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it, Bear. You're awesome.
Yeah, that I'm really surprised that video hasn't disappeared, because the Star Wars Story Group put that YouTube video out, and they so blatantly just show it. If
they're happy about it. They're rubbing it in our face.
If you blink, you might miss it. But as far as I know, they haven't taken that video down yet.
They don't want to.
What you're saying is it still on their site?
Yeah,
on their YouTube channel.
Hey, Final, you found the article to that, right? That was Bounding in the Comics, right? Well, the YouTube link is in his article. That was by John Trent, right?
Yep. The great John F. Trent.
The great John Trent. Man, he comes up with some great stuff, man. He is always, his hand is on the pulse of what's going on. And it makes, going back to what you said, Gary, because just to hear, oh, you heard it from there. Okay.
Yeah.
I could have sworn Bounding did one too.
Yeah, I'm sure multiple people covered it.
No, but what I was going to say is just hearing Sporking, hearing you say that I said I fucking hate Star Wars hurts. It hurts that I fucking hate Star Wars. I can't believe I hate Star Wars. Like my daughter is 5 years old, almost 6. And the other day, she knows this is what I do. It's kind of a joke with my wife and I that I cover nerdy things. She loves it. But my daughter said, Daddy, when are we going to watch Star Wars? And I literally like got excited. And then I'm not going to lie, I got a little emotional because I'm thinking, what do I do? Do I show it to her? And my idea is I'll show her 1 through 6. And someday when she's old enough to understand, she can watch, the rest of it. I don't know what else to do.
How old is she?
I don't know what else to do.
How old
She'll
is
be
she?
6 in March. She'll
enjoy the Phantom Menace.
Yeah, she'll enjoy the.
She'll enjoy Jar Jar. Yeah, let her enjoy Jar Jar while she can.
Yeah, they're bringing. There's the rumor they're bringing Jar Jar back in the Obi-Wan show now.
Yes,
that's a.
Gary, are you excited for Jar Jar Binks?
Oh my God, pins and needles! I can't wait. I mean, this is what I'm waiting for. I mean, honestly,
isn't that what we all are asking for?
Yeah,
more Jar Jar.
The only thing that Disney did that I liked was getting Ahmed Best to do that game show or something like that and give him some work over all the shit he took for Jar Jar. But I can't stand that character. And part of the reason it was easier to give up Star Wars and it's easy to give up Star Wars was because of the prequels. And I know there's a bunch of fans out there and I understand why you like it. I was a full grown ass man when I watched that.
Same here.
And at first I thought I liked it. Believe me, I walked out of the theater going, that was good, right? That was good.
Right.
Good. Right. It was. And I had to watch it like 3 more times ago. That wasn't good, but I like the lightsaber. It's still better than Disney Star Wars.
Yeah.
So.
It had some great music, original scores in the prequels, and it had some great lights.
Yeah,
I like it.
There was a lot of.
That's
even in canon, it was all Jar Jar's fault. He voted emergency powers and blah blah blah. So there's a reason they hate Jar Jar.
Fuck it all up. Steve,
Jar Jar's responsible for Star Killer Base. That's what I heard.
Yes, he designed it.
Lord.
Well, who knows now? If it was created back in the prequel era, he very well could be.
Well, you have to buy a book to learn that in though. There's a comic.
There's a book.
There's a comic coming out where Palpatine conceives Rey's mom or dad. Is it dad? Yeah. So it's Palpatine having sex. It's a series coming from Marvel Comics. It's Marvel Max. It's a Marvel Max label.
Is it pre or post facelift?
It is post. He found a woman who was into fetish. She was in that's
hot.
Melted men. Who honestly, I always thought Palpatine was gay. So
I did too. I thought he was asexual.
I don't find him as he has a lust for power. That's about his only lust.
Well, he had such interest in asexual. He had such interest in Anakin and little Annie. I mean,
well, his quotes at the end of Jedi are very sexual. If you look at it, you feel the power flowing through you, young boy.
I read this great Reddit post, which breaks down his Force lightning as almost having like, an orgasm where he can't stop, and it's like an erotic kind of thing. And it goes into detail about how the Sith are driven by emotion and how the Jedi aren't. And it really kind of, you start reading and you're like, I kind of get where they're going with this. You see Palpatine's always got such you can't stop.
When you're the emperor of the galaxy and everybody's scared of you, of course you want like a dominatrix to come in and scare
kick
you
in the nuts.
Feel like a little man.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, there was a comic book not too long ago that showed that there was some woman behind him and is the source of all his whatever.
I saw that. You know what? I saw that. That was a Marvel thing. That was a recent. That wasn't EU, huh? That was recently. And I couldn't believe they were trying to undermine him and make it seem like it was this genius woman behind the scenes who is really manipulating Palpatine.
Oh yeah.
Whoa!
The ultimate white man.
What? Hold on.
I remember that.
Yes.
This was for a second. Explain that again.
There's a comic.
And who's that going?
Describing that Palpatine was really under the influence of this one of his, I guess someone a counselor, but she was really the one who was calling the shots and pulling Palpatine's string.
You should go and invade this planet because they're pissing me off.
Yep, it was. I read that. Yeah, unbelievable.
Okay, so Palpatine, the greatest evil of all time, still had a woman in control. What?
He's the Lord of the Sith, and he's a yes ma'am kind of guy behind closed doors.
Yeah, he's a yes man.
You're talking about that one female that was behind him. I did a video on that particular one. She was in a graphic novel.
Yeah.
I bet she was.
Yeah.
You want this, don't you?
Yeah.
The hate is swelling in you, young Skywalker.
Stiletto stepping kind of.
Hey,
you're destroying Revenge of the Sith for me right now, Gary.
I look forward to you calling me master. Yeah.
Oh, here. Okay, here it is. Star Wars is dumb, of course. Here, share this screen. I found.
Hey, actually, I want to give Itchy a shout out real quick. Screen real quick because he's got us up there.
Goodness.
He also has Disney Star Wars is Dumb available. Anyone, please check out Indiegogo for Disney Star Wars is Dumb.
Itchy.
Second in the blog roll, author Stephen Walton. Third, BEARBEAR Nerd Fun, Beyond the Trailer, Black Angus Reviews. There's a bunch of us down in there, I thought that was kind of cool. Figure I'd give Itchy a shout out.
Yeah, Itchy is great. Yeah, and if you guys don't know, his Indiegogo is back up for Disney Star Wars is Dumb. Please go check that out. Support him. I have already gotten my book, and I can't wait to receive it.
Itchy is a friend, and let's make sure we support him. He always is respectful, always comes on, has great things to talk about. So get out there. If we could drop a link, one of you guys, to that, that'd be great.
Tommy.
Yeah, he was on the fourth wave about a week ago.
Tom,
we've had him on a couple times.
Yeah, we got his Twitter and his YouTube channel link out there. I put it out there. Go ahead and follow
Tommy's
him
in the chat. I'm just wondering, Tom, did you ever get any homoeroticism from Palpatine and Annie? Just wondering.
Because I got to say something about that. I am not a prequel. I'm not a prequel era guy. Okay. I grew up with the OT also, Gary. The prequel to me was always, first of all, I could never believe Hayden Christensen and whatever her name is, Padme. I just don't believe they had a relationship. I never believed the love. I never believed any of that. And the writing, George didn't do his best, but I will take that 1,000 times over what they gave us. 1,000 times over what they gave us. At least it was his.
Was great. Just watching him play Obi-Wan was great. That made it worth it. So he's the one who came. He brought his little lunch pail to work every day, and he acted the best he could in those films. So I thought he did a good job.
And all he had to do was Qui-Gon, and he would have lived. Because I really liked.
Well, if he only healed them.
If he only force healed
them, Oh boy, missed
opportunity. You go 2 Jedis every time, and you'll never lose a Jedi. If you always go a master and a Padawan and teach that Padawan the healing factor, you will never ever lose a Jedi. You never have to lose a Jedi.
Ray wasn't around to teach anyone that. Ray was Baby Yoda was around. That little piece of shit. Baby Yoda was there.
Baby Yoda was around.
Baby Yoda. Yes. Oh yeah, because 50 years. Right?
He's the 50-year-old virgin, man.
Virgin, yeah. So this is the character. This is the character who is responsible, as you see here, for building the Empire. It wasn't Palpatine. It's Imperial Minister Patina Vore.
Patina Vore.
This is video on that article.
Officer and governor. Yeah. Yep. Married to a lame duck bureaucrat in the Empire's ruling class, and then was the basically was the driving force behind Palpatine. Screen rant.
There we go. That's the O face. Oh.
Yeah, there it is. But so that's it. This is who was responsible for the Empire, not Palpatine.
Yeah.
What's the date on that article? That from 4 months ago?
No, let's.
October 2nd. Yeah, about.
It's fairly recent. Yeah.
I did a video on that article.
So much freaking news came out before the Rise of Skywalker.
Oh man, yeah.
I was just laid out. I couldn't do any more videos. I had to tap out like a week before the movie came out because there was just so much.
Oh, there is.
Yeah.
What I started doing, Steven, is just throwing like 3 articles in a video and just taking the best bits out. That's the only way I could keep up.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah, they were really trying
what
to
do you-
get
Yeah.
as they could, as much interest as they could, because they knew going in.
I
This
just
was not going to go the way they want. I mean, it suffered a 92% plunge in weekend 4. It's tied for the highest plunge, for a movie that's made that much money for the weekend. Tied in, they gave you the double.
Everybody's telling us it passed $1 billion, and we have people going out there going, trying to say that we were. I don't know about you guys. I never said the Fall of Skywalker wouldn't make $1 billion.
Yeah, I never said that either.
I think we all said it would make $1 billion. I'm pretty sure we all did.
Yeah.
I think we all said it, but
Marvel made
all
$1
I
billion.
know. There you go. Oh, how about their the director, or excuse me, the writer of Captain Marvel 2, huh?
It's her creation, pretty much. Kelly Sue DeConnick. I think that's a troll article. I'm not sure. But I wouldn't be surprised if she's involved at some point.
The only way I'd go.
That's what I was going to ask you if that was true.
Captain Marvel.
Yeah, it's from Sausage Roll, and there's bad English.
Oh,
in that. And I've actually been brought up in that website before, and it was.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they basically took a bunch of my takes and threw it in which is fine. I don't care. But yeah, I think it's some translated site from somebody who's not a native English speaker, or it's not their first language. If you look at some in that stuff, and that's, you're going to see more of that. Honestly, I mean, I know like people like to go to We Got This Covered, but I think We Got This Covered is made for us to make videos out of their articles.
Oh, I believe it. Now, what do you think about
weird
CBR?
symbiotic relationship?
Yeah, I've done a few videos on We Got This Covered.
I when I need a headline that matches something, I can find it there.
CBR
is trash. CBR
is funny to me that
CBR is
trash. Journalists have nothing to do but watch YouTube videos, and I mean, when things like Overlord Doomcock, Hail Doomcock, gets mentioned in Esquire magazine, our little vocal minority actually is carrying weight, and they're scared of us. Our fucking moniker fell out of J.J. Abrams' mouth in an interview.
Yeah,
that's got it.
A couple times, twice, I think.
Yeah,
he's mentioned Phantom Menace by
got mentioned by the BBC.
The BBC mentioned it to JJ, right?
Yep.
And he acknowledged it.
BBC was also
they know who we are.
But BBC was also worried about the upcoming Doctor Who at the time. The upcoming Doctor Who.
Somebody wants to say hello.
Hello.
And how did the Doctor?
Hello.
Hey, hello.
Hey there.
Hey, sweetie, how you doing?
That's my.
That sounds just like the intro to your videos.
Yeah, it does.
Him not yet. My 6-year-old's on the videos, on the outros.
Oh,
yeah, it sounds just like him.
Yeah, they're master and disaster together.
Awesome.
See, people, we are not just toxic males. We are dads. We are husbands. We are brothers. We are sisters. We are just people that care about the art we enjoy. Okay. And that's something that people, I think, forget. We're human beings that just loved something so much. Would it be Game of Thrones? Let it be Star Wars? Let it be Star Trek? And we hate what they did to it. And this is why we came together as a group. We have little channels and big channels, but we all agree on one thing. We need to be the ones who defend what we love, because what they're doing to what we love is criminal. In my view, it's criminal.
And
social engineering.
And to add on that, Hollywood is listening. They are watching, and I have 100% confirmation from this because I've talked to a couple of producers for a couple different shows who've reached out to me to say that they are watching and listening, and they just wanted to let me know and let all of you know that they are all not like that. A lot of them have to be quiet, and they're trying to quietly change things from inside, and we are encouraged to keep going. So we will.
That is